For the last time this season, the Florence Flamingos will make their way south to the Fishbowl to take on the Lexington County Blowfish here at Lexington County Baseball Stadium. We'll be playing two today, or technically one and a half here at LC Baseball Stadium. This first game will be a completion of a suspended game from last Saturday. It is in the top of the fifth inning. There will be 2 balls and 1 strike, and the base is empty for the designated hitter, Brandon Davis, 1 out in the inning. So we kind of have a lot to get through before we see the first pitch in this one. A few defensive substitutions. We'll start with the Lexington County Blowfish. Matthew Rollison was playing at third and leading off. McConna Peters will take over his spot, both defensively and in the leadoff hole for the Blowfish. Micah Connor was at short. He's going to move to the other side. He'll be playing second and taking over for Brandon Gibbs. Gavin Bayless will be taking Connor's spot at short. Bayless will be batting in the 3-hole position, so he'll be taking over for the left fielder, Sam Stem. Parker Murgo will be taking over Stem's spot in left field. And then in the DH position, Matthew Cannon will be replaced by Maddox Mueller. So Mueller will be batting in the 8-hole here tonight. So revised look for the Blowfish defensively. The infield going left to right. It will be McConna Peters at third, Gavin Bayless at short, Mikey Connor at second. Gray Wells will remain in the game at first, and Ty Marshall will remain behind the dish. He will be catching for the rest of this game. And the revised outfield going left to right for Lexington County. Parker Murgo will be in left, replacing Sam Stem. And Thomas Powell will remain in center, and Andrew Ortiz will remain in right field. The new pitcher for Lexington County, it will be Tyson Collier out of Columbus State. Collier will be making his 6th appearance on this season, an ERA of 17.47. His last outing was the 13th at Boone, and it did not go very well for Collier. Got just 1 out. He gave up 5 runs, all of which were earned, and 1 hit. He had 3 walks and no strikeouts in the 6 Bigfoots that he faced in his last outing. It will be Brandon Davis leading off the suspended game for the Florence Flamingos. In the 3-hole spot, it will be a 2-1 count to him. Bases empty, 1 out in the inning. The Flamingos are up 3-2 in this game. They actually took the lead in the last full at-bat before the delay. It came with Josh Williams at the plate. He grounded out to the then second baseman, Brandon Gibbs. Anthony Quigley was at second. He rounded third. He never broke his stride. He caught the Blowfish defense off guard and slid in to home plate to give the Mingos a 3-2 advantage. So that will be the situation that we find ourselves in to complete this ball game. For the Florence Flamingos defensively, it is a lot easier to understand. Only 1 substitution. Stowe Rogers will be behind the plate. He'll be replacing Jackson Chonix. Only 1 defensive substitution for the Mingos. David Morrissey will be replacing Elias Holbert on the pitcher's mound. That will be in the bottom half of this inning. As for now, we're in the top of the 5th. It will be a 2-1 count, 1 out, bases empty to the DH Brandon Davis. And this is probably the guy that you would one up at the plate if you're the Mingos to get things started once again. Davis up to .354 on this season, an on-base percentage of .475, and he is looking .438 so far this CPL season. Davis on a bit of a hot streak. He has multiple hits in the last 5 games in which he has recorded an at-bat. He continued that streak yesterday evening against the Martinsville Mustangs and ended up being a 3-2 win for the Mingos. Davis went 2 for 4 with a couple singles He had an RBI, a run, and a strikeout in that win over Martinsville. He is setting into the left-handed batter's box, the righty Tyson Collier grabbing the brim of his hat. He is ready to go, and we are underway here in the start of this suspended game. 2-1 count to Davis. First pitch, part 2 from Collier outside for ball 3. All right, so hopefully everyone here is on the same page. I know that was a lot to get through. 3-1 pitch to Davis. Called strike 2, and the count will run full. This will certainly be the messiest scorebook that I have completed in my 22 years of living when this game is finished. Payoff pitch to Davis outside for ball 4, and the leadoff man sorta kinda on for the Mingos. So that'll bring up the second baseman, Tim Dickinson, for Florence. The lineup mostly unchanged for the Mingos. Anthony Quigley leading things off, Josh Williams, Brandon Davis, Tim Dickinson in the cleanup spot, Sam Fisher on deck, Enrique Alvarez in the hole. And 7, 8, 9 for the Mingos tonight, Stowe Rogers, Gavin Johnson, and Tanner Donati. First pitch to Tim Dickinson, called strike 1. Dickinson is 0 for 2 in this game. 0-1. That one missing a little outside. The count will even up at 1-1 to the lefty Dickinson. Davis at first base. The 1-1 pitch. Rope down the first base line, but foul. It was a hard hit from the lefty Dickinson, 93 miles per hour off of his wooden bat. It was curving foul, and unfortunately for the lefty, that is where it ended up. So it'll be 1 ball and 2 strikes to the second baseman, Tim Dickinson. Up to a .263 average on the year, him along with Brandon Davis at first base. Probably the 2 hottest hitters in the Florence Flamingo lineup. They'll look to stay alive in a 1-2 count to the righty Tyson Collier. 1 out in the inning, the pitch. That one taken for ball 2. 89 miles per hour from the righty Collier, coming from Columbus State. Davis with a small lead at first base. Definitely one of the speedier options in the Flamingo order. 2-2 count to Dickinson. The pitch. That one swung on and missed for strike 3. So Mingo's down to their last out of the longest inning of the season time-wise this season. It'll be up to the third baseman, Sam Fisher, to keep it going. Fisher with a walk in his last plate appearance in this game. First pitch, that one chopped up the middle towards the second baseman, Connor. Not enough time for him to make the throw. A hustle single for Fisher. A couple runners on board for the Mingos. So a couple runners on for the first baseman, Enrique Alvarez. Alvarez with a couple singles in this game that started almost a week ago, last Saturday night. First pitch from Collier, taken for strike 1. Looked like that one was a little outside from the righty Collier, but the home plate umpire, Donovan Lortz, saying that it clipped the outside part of the zone. 0-1 pitch coming to the lefty Alvarez. Here it is, and that one clubbed towards the second baseman, Connor. His throw to first base is scooped up by Gray Wells for out number 3. It's the top of the 5th finally over here in Lexington County. Mingo's leaving a couple of runners aboard. They're still up 3-2 as we enter the bottom of the 5th. Bottom of the fifth here in Lexington County. New pitcher for the Mingos is David Morrissey. He'll be picking up where Elias Holbert left off. A clean slate for the lefty Morrissey, who is making his 5th appearance on the season, all of which have come in relief. He has thrown 10 1/3 so far. He has given up 7 runs, though only 4 were earned, and 8 hits. He has 3 walks and 11 strikeouts to his name. First pitch to leadoff man McKenna Peters will get through up the middle into center field. A leadoff single for the third baseman McKenna Peters. So I'll bring up the right fielder Andrew Ortiz, hitting in the 2-hole. And remaining in that position, it'll be Peters, Ortiz, Gavin Bayless, Gray Wells, Thomas Powell, Parker Murgo as the first pitch to Ortiz, missing the zone. Start off 1-0 to him. And then 7, 8, 9 in the revised Blowfish order, Marshall, Maddox Mueller, and Micah Connor. 1-0 pitch from Morrissey. That one clipping the outside part of the zone. The count evens up. Ortiz 1 for 2 in this game. 1-1. Taken for strike 2. 85 miles per hour from the lefty Morrissey. Has been pretty good for the Mingos so far this season. Not the most overpowering, but has very good command. 1-2. Curveball. That one getting the back of Ortiz. Bad timing by me. Hit by pitch with 2 strikes on Andrew Ortiz. He will make his way towards first base. The first 2 hitters on for Lexington County. Mingo pitchers have now hit 59 batters this CPL season. That is the most in the league. There'll be a couple runners on, no outs in the inning for Gavin Bayless, the shortstop. First pitch from Morrissey. That one hit into shallow right field. That will get down. A slow jump from Peters at second. He will stay there. So a fortunate break for the Mingos. No runs will score, but the bases are loaded with Lexington County Blowfish. The Mingos looking to hold on to a 1-run lead. It will be Gray Wells stepping in for the 3rd time tonight with the bases loaded and no outs in the inning. First pitch from Morrissey, that one fouled straight back. We'll start off 0-1 to the lefty Wells. Wells is responsible for both of the runs put up by the Blowfish tonight. He hit a 2-run home run all the way in the 1st inning Saturday night. 0-1. That one hit towards the shortstop Quigley. He throws it to second for 1. The throw to first is in time for the double play. Peters is able to score from third, however, so the Blowfish do take the lead, although the Mingos are able to get a couple of outs. So the Mingos will look to keep this game tied with 2 outs in the inning. Game leading run 90 feet away for the Blowfish. The center fielder Thomas Powell digging in. Lefty on lefty matchup. First pitch. That one dribbled down the third base line. Will be a tough play for the pitcher Morrissey. The throw first is scooped up for out number 3. Good play at first base from Enrique Alvarez. He scoops it from the dirt to end the inning, but Lexington County able to get 1 across off of the RBI from Wells. Heading into inning number 6, we are tied up 3-3 here on Flamingo Radio. 7, 8, 9 due up in the Flamingo order as we enter inning number 6 here at Lexington County Baseball Stadium. It is a 3-3 ball game. Each squad able to get one across in the last inning, an inning that took just under a week to play. First pitch to Rogers, a slider, swung on and missed for strike one. Tyson Collier remaining in to pitch. Was able to do a good job coming in the last inning. 0-1, another slider, that one fouled down the first base line. No balls and 2 strikes to the righty Rogers. Rogers able to get on base his last time up. It is a 0-2 count to him. It is taken for ball 1. So 3 straight sliders from Tyson Collier to start off the at-bat. That one not quite breaking much, if at all. We'll see if he throws that breaking pitch again on the 1-2 count. He does now and hammered into left field. Murgo dropping back. He makes a diving running grab for out number 1. There's a hard hit from Stowe Rogers, 87 off of his bat. It looked like it was approaching the warning track in the left field corner, but Parker Murgo making a really good jump on the ball and was able to dive in feet first to make the grab. 1 up, 1 down to start off the 6th inning as the right fielder Gavin Johnson steps in for the Mingos. First pitch to him outside for ball 1. Johnson getting on via a fielder's choice his last time up as that 1-0 misses outside for ball 2. Also flew out to the center fielder Thomas Powell in his first at bat. Terrence Donati in the on-deck circle for the Mingos. 2-0 pitch. Taken for strike 1. 90-mile-per-hour fastball clipping the outside part of the zone. Umpires for the 2 games tonight. Behind the plate is Donovan Lortz as that 2-1 pitch misses outside. 3 balls and 1 strike to lefty Johnson. Jeremy Polovic at first. He was actually umpiring first base as well in the start of this game Saturday night. And Clifton Bennett at third. 3-1. That one hit into shallow left field. Murgo getting another good jump on it and will charge in to make the catch for out number 2. Parker Murgo has been a busy man to start off the 6th inning. Couple of fly balls hit his way, 1 behind him and 1 in front of him, but Murgo 2 for 2 to start off the inning. We'll see if he can get the trifecta as the opposing left fielder Terrence Donati steps in for the Mingos. Donati 0 for 2 today. First pitch from Collier taken for strike 1. Collier first pitch fastball, finding the outside part of the zone. 0-1 pitch. That one a little too far outside, and the count will even up. The top of the order on deck for Florence. Anthony Quigley warming up in the on-deck circle. 1-1 coming from Collier. That one into shallow left field. It'll be called off by the shortstop Bayless, and he will make the grab for out number 3. So Mingos go down in order heading into the bottom of the 6th inning. Still tied up 3-3. Bottom of the sixth inning here in Lexington County. Still tied up 3-2-3 between these two in-state rivals, the Flamingos and the Blowfish. The lefty David Morrissey remaining in to pitch for Florence. He'll be facing the left fielder Parker Murgo to start off the half inning. He squared around, then pulls away. The breaking pitch from Morrissey outside for ball number 1. Murgo received the first 2 outs in the top half of the inning as that 1-0 is popped into the infield towards the left side. The third baseman Sam Fisher will take charge and make the grab for out number 1. So that'll bring up the catcher Ty Marshall for the Blowfish. Marshall in this game, he is 0 for 2. He grounded out to the second baseman Dickinson in his first at-bat and lined out to the third baseman Fisher his last time up. That was in the 4th inning. Went out here in the bottom of the 6th. First pitch from Morrissey, crushed into left field. Donati drifting back at the warning track and will make the grab before running into the fence for out number 2. .94 exit velocity from Marshall, going opposite way into left field. Donati drifting back, and there's enough room for him to make the catch at the warning track. Took one more step and ran into the wall back first. 2 up, 2 down to start off the bottom of the 6th inning. First pitch to DH Maddox Mueller, taken for ball number 1. 1-0. That one swung on and missed. Count evens up. Mueller replacing Matthew Cannon, who went 0 for 2. Mueller looking for better luck with him in. 1-1. That one high and out. 2 balls and 1 strike to the righty. Micah Connor, the shortstop, on deck. 2-1. That one hit towards third. Fisher gloves it, takes a shuffle, and the first across the diamond is in time for out number 3. So back-to-back 1, 2, 3 innings. We are going quick here at Lexington County. After 6, we are still tied at 3. Top of the order up for the Flamingos as we enter inning number 7 here at Lexington County Baseball Stadium. It's a tied ball game, 3 runs apiece between the Flamingos and the Blowfish. Anthony Quigley up for the 4th time in this game. He walked his last time up, would later score off of the ground out from Josh Williams, who is in the on-deck circle. First pitch from Tyson Collier. Inside, it got Quigley, and he bends down. Looks like he is in a little bit of pain. It looks like it got the left hip of Anthony Quigley. He's able to get up and jog his way towards first base. So the leadoff man on for the Mingos is certainly one of the guys that you would want on base. Quigley with 10 stolen bases this season, and kind of got a run for the Mingos pretty much by himself the last time he got on. He walked, was able to steal second base, and then while he was at second, as Williams squares around and pulls away for ball number 1. Quigley was at second. He was stealing third when Williams hit it to second base. And while the throw was a little too casual, Quigley was able to round third and break towards home to score a run for the Mingos. 1-0 pitch to Williams, that one taken high and out. 2 balls and no strikes to the lefty. So see if Quigley is able to do it again in this tied ball game. See if he can do it once again and give the Mingos the lead. Last pitch low and out to Williams. It'll be a 3-0 count to the center fielder. Small lead at first for Quigley. Gotta think it's a take here. It is taken for strike 1. 87 miles per hour on that last pitch from Tyson Collier. He'll look to find the zone again. 3-1. That one outside for ball 4. So Mingo is able to get the first 2 men on. Runners on second and first for the DH Brandon Davis. Up for the second time today, the 4th time in the game. Davis with a walk his last time up. Took a couple of balls in the last plate appearance to restart the game. He squares around, then pulls away. Pitch is a ball, so we'll start off 1-0. Mingos this season have 5 sacrifice hits as a team. Potentially looking for number 6 here. Instead, Davis swings away. That one launched into center field. Powell running in on it and will make the grab for out number 1. Quigley fakes the tag. Took a couple of hard steps off second, but that ball was way too shallow for Quigley to tag up on. So runners will stay at second and first. Now up to 1 out in the top of the 7th inning. And it'll be the second baseman, Tim Dickinson, digging in. Last appearance for Tim Dickinson was Monday against the Lexington County Blowfish as he takes first pitch outside for ball 1. Dickinson went 2 for 5 with 3 RBIs. He had a couple of RBI singles in the game Monday night. 1-0 pitch from Collier, taken outside for ball 2. Walks have been a little bit of a concern for the righty. Collier came into today's game with 6 of them on the season compared to just 5 strikeouts. It is a 2-0 count to the lefty Dickinson. From the stretch, the pitch taken for ball 3. That one low and in. And Collier so far today with 2 walks since the game restarted. Is a ball away from walk number 3. That is what will happen. That one upstairs. A 4-pitch walk to Tim Dickinson, and the Mingos have the bases juiced. So that brings up the 3rd baseman, Sam Fisher, looking to give the Mingos the lead. The corner infielders, Peters and Wells, playing farther in, the middle infielders Bayless and Connor in double play depth. The first pitch to Fisher called strike one. So an 0-1 count in this righty-lefty matchup. Here's the pitch. That one taken for a ball. Quigley, throw back to third. He is caught in a pickle. He is tagged out the plate for out number 2. Marshall certainly aware behind the plate. As soon as that pitch was taken, he threw it straight towards third, tried to back pick Quigley at third. And Quigley kind of slow to react. I thought there was enough time for him to get back, but it looks like he kind of panicked for a second as the 0-2 pitch is hit towards second. And the flip to the shortstop Bayless is in time for out number 3. So after Quigley is tagged out at the dish and the ground out to second from Sam Fisher, the Mingos leave them loaded. Time to stretch here in LC, still tied 3-3. Bottom of the 7th here in Lexington, South Carolina. Mingos leaving the bases loaded in the top half of the inning. The score remains tied up at 3-3. It'll be Micah Connor, then the top of the order, due up for the Blowfish. David Morrissey remaining in to pitch for the Mingos. Morrissey looking for a clean sheet. First pitch to Connor, chops towards Fisher at 30, backhands it, takes a shuffle, throw across the diamond in time for out number 1. Fisher has been a busy man at the hot corner the past couple of at-bats. A couple of ground balls hit his way. He's able to clean both of them up and get the out. So 1 up, 1 down, the bottom of the 7th inning. The leadoff man, Peters, up for Lexington County. First pitch from Morrissey missing the zone. We'll start off 1-0. One-0 pitch from Morrissey outside for ball 2. McConnell Peters with a very good night against the HB Thomasville High Toms here at LC Baseball Stadium. Peters went 3 for 4 with a double and 4 RBIs as that pitch is taken for strike 1, 2 balls and 1 strike to the righty Peters. Was actually beat out by for the CPL hitter of the night by his teammate Gavin Bayless, who went 1 for 1 with a double and a couple ribbies. So 2-2 count to Peters. A pitch from Morrissey. That one chopped down the third base line, but foul. Count will remain even. There's a little bit of a controversy last night as Gavin Bayless was named the CPL hitter of the night. A few members of the Wilson Tobbs thought that one of their players should have been named the hitter of the night after he went 2 for 5 with a couple of homers. So that one is fouled down the first baseline. Will hit right above the concession stand. The count will remain even. Can certainly understand where the Wilson players are coming from in that. Don't often see 2 home runs being beat out by someone that went 1 for 1 with 3 walks. That 2-2 pitch is taken outside. It will be a full count to McConna Peters. That one hit was a double though, so it was at least 4 extra bases. Payoff pitch from Morrissey is taken for strike 3. A 75-mile-per-hour curveball from the lefty Morrissey. It is able to clip the outside part of the zone. 2 up, 2 down for the Mingos. So it'll be up to the right fielder Andrew Ortiz to keep the inning going. First pitch from Morrissey missing downstairs for ball 1. Ortiz hit by a pitch his last time up. He has a single in this game all the way in the first inning. 1-0. That one hit over the shortstop Quigley into shallow left field. A 2-out single for Andrew Ortiz as Lexington County tries to create a 2-out rally. So that'll bring up the shortstop Bayless, hitting in the 3-hole tonight. Singled in his at-bat today. Bayless coming from Ball State. First pitch from Morrissey called strike 1. So an 0-1 count to the righty Bayless. 2 outs in the inning. The pitch from Morrissey, that went outside for ball 1. Bayless bat .303 with the Cardinals this past college season. Played in 56 games, started 54 of them. Had 24 RBIs for Ball State as well. 1-1 from Morrissey. That one hit up the middle off the glove towards the shortstop quickly. The throw across the diamond in time for out number 3. So a little bit of a crazy play, but cat-like reflexes for Quigley at short. He's able to make a strong throw to Alvarez at first, and the Mingos hanging another bagel on the board. After 7, we are still tied up at 3. Stay with us here on Flamingo Radio. Top of the 8th inning here in Lexington. It will be Enrique Alvarez, followed by Stowe Rogers and Gavin Johnson due up for the Mingos. They're looking to break the 3-3 tie and take back the lead from the Blowfish. The righty Tyson Collier remaining in to pitch for Lexington County. First pitch to the lefty Alvarez. Swung on and missed for strike 1. Alvarez with a couple singles in this game. They came in the 2nd and 4th innings. 0-1. Swung on and missed for strike two. 79 mile-per-hour off-speed pitch from Collier. See if he goes back to that pitch again. The 0-2. He tried to, but that one missing way outside. It'll be 1 ball and 2 strikes to the lefty Enrique Alvarez. And here is the 1-2. That one hit towards third, past the glove of the third baseman Peters into left field. A leadoff single for Enrique Alvarez. That brings up the catcher Rogers for the Mingos. Rogers with a hard hit his last time up into left field. It was an outstanding grab from Parker Murgo to get the out. That started the 6th inning here in this restarted ball game. Get a mound visit from the Blowfish dugout. Looks like this is going to be it for the righty Tyson Collier. Leaving the Mingos scoreless, a job well done for him. And a new Blowfish arm coming in for Lexington County. We'll get you a new arm after this quick break. Mingos with 1 on the top of the 8th inning. New arm for Lexington County is the righty Miles Feldner. Should be a familiar sight for the Flamingos. His last appearance was in Flowtown in the July 5th game against Lexington County. He threw 1 inning of shutout ball, only gave up 1 hit. He had no walks and 2 strikeouts. Picked up the save for Lexington County in an 11-10 win in extra innings for the Blowfish. First pitch to Rogers, taken for strike number 1. 84 miles an hour from the righty Feldner. See if he goes back to it here. No 1 count to Rogers. The pitch well outside for ball number 1. I want a little harder, 86 miles per hour from Feldner. Rogers up, Gavin Johnson on deck for the Mingos. The game-leading run on base, and Enrique Alvarez. 1-1 pitch, taken low and out for ball 2. Alvarez not the speediest guy, does not have a stolen base this season. Doubt they will steal him here. 2-1. Outside, did he go? He did not, says the first base umpire Jeremy Polovic. And the count will go to 3-1 to the righty Rogers. Rogers 1 ball away from a walk, 3-1. That's well outside for ball number 4. So an opening walk for Miles Feldner. Mingo's able to get the first 2 batters on, just like they did in the last inning. Runners on second and first, no outs here in the top of the 8th. Flamingos looking for a better result than the last inning in a similar position. The Mingos were not able to get a run across. They're looking to take the lead here in the 8th. There is a pitch runner for the Flamingos, and Enrique Alvarez will be taken out. And a new runner in for the Mingos. As the right fielder Gavin Johnson steps in. First pitch, he squared around. The pitch missing the zone, and Johnson able to pull it back in time. A 1-0 start to the lefty Johnson. Johnson looking to get on base for the first time in this game. 1-0 coming from Feldner. Here it is. He squares around again. That one taken high for ball 2. It certainly seems like an obvious sacrifice situation for the Mingos. They have 5 sacrifice hits in the CPL season coming into today. 2-0 count, squared around again, and once again pulls back. That one well inside for ball 3. All right, we do see this, I feel like, more often than you would think in a sacrifice situation. When the batter squares around, the pitcher kind of panics and is unable to find the zone. 3-0, that one well inside. A 4-pitch walk for Gavin Johnson, so no sacrifice necessary. The base is loaded with Mingos. Still no outs here in the top of the 8th inning. And it will be the lefty Terrence Donati stepping in. Back-to-back walks for Miles Feldner. Has not been an ideal start to his outing here tonight. Feldner was coming into tonight's game with 8 appearances, all in relief. He has thrown 8 2/3 so far, has given up 12 runs, 7 of which were earned, and only 4 hits. So how can that happen? Well, he did have 9 walks coming into tonight's game, compared to only 7 strikeouts. So that is a big reason why he has an ERA of 7.26, despite only giving up 4 hits on the season. So Terrence Donati stepping in. He squares around and pulls back. That one taken outside for ball number 1. I feel like if you're the Flamingos, you're really in a position where you just have to take until you get a strike from the righty. 1-0, and that one is taken for strike number 1. So an even 1-1 count to the lefty Donati. Bases loaded, no outs here on the top of the 8th. A tied ball game, 3 runs apiece. 1-1, that one hammered into right field. It is up and gone. A no-doubter for Terrence Donati. A go-ahead grand slam, and the Flamingos take the lead. The at-bat of the year for the lefty Donati, his first homer, and the Mingos take a 7-3 lead. Wow! A 101 exit velocity from the lefty Donati. That one going an estimated 388 feet over the right field wall, and the Mingos have taken control of this game. First pitch to Anthony Quigley, up and in. We'll start off 1-0. Still no outs in the top of the 8th inning. So a clean slate for Feldner, the 1-0, a dribbler off of his foot, I believe, well into the field of play, and Quigley down and rolling around in pain. Quigley has had the misfortune of getting hit by a few baseballs here since this game restarted while up at the plate. Seen a foul ball off his leg earlier in this game, was hit by a pitch his last time up as well. And on that last 1-0 pitch, looks like he fouled that one off. I believe it was off of his front knee. It looks like that's what he is grabbing. You really don't see that often, a ball hitting off of the batter and going past the pitcher's mound. That one was approaching the shortstop Bayless. Usually a situation like that, you see it off of his front foot and maybe goes like a couple feet in front of the plate, but not that far out that it can look like an actual hit. But that was the case for Anthony Quigley as he is starting to walk around. Some of the Blowfish fans around us here behind home under cover applauding as he is now up and off of the ground, starting to walk around the batter's box and talk to his head coach Tyson Ellis. It looks like he is going to try to tough this out as he is talking to Ellis. Conversation continuing on, and he's still walking around trying to stay in this ball game. Ellis walking away, heading towards the Flamingo dugout, and it does in fact look like Anthony Quigley is going to stay in the game and get back into the batter's box. So it'll be a 1-1 count to the righty Quigley. Still no outs here on the top of the 8th inning. Mingo's getting 4 across off of the go-ahead grand slam from Tanner Donati. Quigley looking to start a new rally for the Mingos. 1-1 pitch. That went up and in for ball 2. And Quigley a little agitated after that last pitch. You could certainly tell. He's like, man, I do not want to get hit anymore. Feldner set from the stretch, 2-1. That one hit very well down the left field line, but foul. That is past the bleachers down the third base line. It was 100 off of his bat. Estimated distance of 355 feet. That would have been more than enough for back-to-back homers. But Sale go down as a foul ball. 2-2 pitch, that one missing outside, and the count will run full. So big payoff pitch coming from the righty Feldner. Bases empty, no outs. The pitch, that one tipped away by Quigley, and we'll do this dance one more time. So payoff pitch once again to the righty Quigley. Here it is, that one up and in over the head of the righty into the backstop, and he will make his way towards first. And you can tell Quigley remains frustrated after the way that at-bat went. You can certainly understand his frustrations, but he is able to get on base. There is at least a silver lining in that, as the center fielder Josh Williams steps in. Williams with a walk his last time up. Certainly would not be surprised to see another one. First pitch from Feldner, crushed down the first base line, gloved by the first baseman Wells, throws second in time for one, throw to first, past first base. There was nowhere covering the bag. Williams will make his way back. It did not go deep enough for Williams to make his way towards the second. But that could have been a very scary scene for the Blowfish defensively. But they are able to get out number 1 in the inning, as Tyson Ellis will emerge from the dugout to have a conversation with the third base umpire, Clifton Bennett. I'm guessing that is about that last play. I mean, it didn't go into the Blowfish dugout or past any of the fencing down the first base line. So the fact it was able to ricochet back into the field means that there's not another free base for Josh Williams. So he will remain, well, maybe not actually. He will make his way towards the Flamingo dugout. I guess he is out. I'm not sure if Williams was called on obstruction. I didn't see that signal personally, but I guess that is what the call was. So now up to 2 outs in the top of the 8th inning. Bases empty for the DH Brandon Davis. First pitch outside, 1-0. That one's skied into center field. Should be an easy play for Powell. He will charge in and make the grab for out number 3, but not without damage done. A go-ahead grand slam from Tanner Donati puts the Mingos up 7-3 as we enter the bottom of the 8th. Stay with us here on Flamingo Radio. Bottom of the 8th inning here at Lexington County Baseball Stadium. A go-ahead grand slam from Tanner Donati put the Mingos up by 4 and broke the tie. They're looking to hang on and get their 3rd win over the Lexington County Blowfish this season and take game 1 of this doubleheader. The first baseman Gray Wells stepping in for LC. First pitch from Morrissey. A curveball in the zone for strike 1. 0-1. That one fouled straight back at the very top of the protective netting behind home plate. And the count will go to no balls and 2 strikes to the lefty Wells. Wells does have a home run of his own, as that 0-2 pitch is lightly hit towards third. Fisher will shuffle, and the throw to his FIU teammate Alvarez is in time for out number 1. That Panther-to-Panther connection has been very strong since this game restarted in the top of the 5th inning. Sam Fisher has been a very busy man at the hot corner, but so far has been very clean here tonight. 1 up, 1 down, the bottom of the 8th inning. The center fielder Thomas Powell now up for Lexington County. First pitch from Morrissey, another curveball called for a strike. 0-1, that one chopped behind the plate. No balls and 2 strikes to the lefty Powell. He grounds it out to the pitcher Morrissey his last time up. He has been uber effective here tonight. He's only given up one run. 0-2. That one hit towards second. Dickinson will glove it, make a shuffle, and the throw to Alvarez is in time. 2 up, 2 down here in the bottom of the 8th. So it'll be up to the left fielder, Parker Murgo, to keep the inning alive for Lexington County. Down to their last 4 outs to make up the 4-run deficit. First pitch from the lefty Morrissey, running inside, almost getting Murgo, but he's able to scoot out of the way. And the count will start off 1-0. Morrissey really hugging the third base side of the rubber. The 1-0 pitch called for a strike. That's the way Morrissey is always set up. Don't often see that from a lefty. It's the 1-1 curveball is in the zone for strike 2. That curveball has been very effective for David Morrissey tonight. We'll see if he goes back to it. He does not. The 1-2 fastball called strike 3. What an inning for the lefty David Morrissey. He retires the Blowfish in order. Heading into the 9th inning, Mingo's up 7-3. Top of the 9th inning here at the Fishbowl. Mingo's up 7-3 over Lexington County. The difference so far, a go-ahead grand slam off of the lefty Tanner Donati. It will be Dickinson, Fisher, and Alvarez due up for the Mingos. They will be facing a new pitcher, Caleb Gallant, out of Jackson State. He is making appearance number 3 with the Blowfish in the CPL season. Has started 1 game for Lexington County. He has thrown 6 innings so far. He's given up 2 runs and 5 hits. Has 4 walks and 9 strikeouts, an ERA of 3.00. It's been a while since he has been on the bump for Lexington County. Last through June 11th against the Peninsula Pilots, through 3 1/3. Gave up no runs and 2 hits, had 2 walks and 6 strikeouts against the best team in the Coastal Plain League. First pitch from Tim Dickinson into shallow left field. That will get down. A leadoff single for the lefty. So Gallant looking to continue the momentum that he had in his outing against Peninsula. He will have a runner on first to deal with, though, as the third baseman Sam Fisher digs in. Runner on first, no outs from the top of the ninth. Mingo's up 7-3. First pitch called a strike. 81 miles per hour from the righty Gallant, finding the inside part of the plate. 0-1 count to the lefty Fisher. Runner goes from first. That one hit towards short, right where Bayless was, but he was covering the bag to throw to third to get Dickinson. It is not in time. The Mingos will have runners on the corners. That was a perfectly hit ball off the bat of Sam Fisher, as Bayless was about to cover second with Dickinson stealing. Bayless hit it right where, or sorry, I should say, Fisher hit it right where Bayless was, and he couldn't get back in time. So back-to-back singles for the Florence Flamingos. They have runners on the corners in the top of the ninth inning. Still no outs. They're looking to play add-on, already up 4. First pitch from Gallant, outside for ball 1. It is Malloy Hegney in for the Mingos. He pitch ran for Alvarez in the last inning. Is now taking his spot in the order. It is a 1-0 count to Hegney. The pitch from Gallant inside. It got the back of Hegney. He will shrug it off and flip his bat towards the Flamingo dugout. And the base is loaded yet again for the Flamingos. And it will be the catcher Stowe Rogers digging in. Flamingos looking for some insurance runs. Up 7-3. They have the bases juiced. Rogers with a walk his last time up. He has reached base twice in this game. Gavin Johnson on deck and Tanner Donati in the hole. Gallant set with the bases loaded. First pitch upstairs for ball 1. 87 miles per hour on that last pitch from the righty Gallant. Looking to get out of the jam and keep the deficit at 4. 1-0. That one swung on and missed. The count evens up. An 80 mile per hour slider from the righty Gallant. That one landing up in the opposite batter's box. And Rogers swinging through it. It'll be 1 ball and 1 strike towards the catcher. Pitch from Gallant. That one outside for ball 2. That one even further outside than the previous pitch. Rogers not biting at that one. A 2-1 count to the righty. Peters at third and Wells at first, playing in. Middle infield double play depth with the bases loaded. 2-1, low and out for ball 3. Honestly, I'm a little surprised that Lexington County has this formation defensively. I would think already down 4, you would want to have the entire infield in to not have the deficit expand even more. But it looks like Lexington County will play for 2 outs. 3-1, taken for strike 2. The count will run full. So payoff pitch coming to the catcher Stowe Rogers. Bases loaded, no outs in the top of the 9th. Here's the pitch from Gallant. That one hit into the left center gap. That's going to be trouble. It is down. 1 run scores. It is Dickinson. Another runner being waved around. He will score a 2 RBI double for Stowe Rogers. The Mingos expand their lead to 9-3. And the baton will be passed on to Gavin Johnson. Still no outs here in the top of the ninth. Johnson has had an outstanding start with his time with the Mingos. Is batting .438 on the season so far, at least coming in to today's game. First pitch to him. That one downstairs picked up by Marshall for ball one. A nice play by Marshall behind the dish. He was able to make the backhand and not let it get past him. It is a pretty big backstop here at LC Baseball Stadium. So you think anything past Marshall would allow Hegney to score in easily from third. As the 1-0 pitch to a lefty, Johnson missing downstairs. 2 balls and no strikes to the right fielder, Gavin Johnson. Malloy Hegney at third, Stowe Rogers at second. Mingos up 9-3. 2-0 pitch coming from Gallant. And that one again low. It'll be a 3-0 count. Tanner Donati in the on-deck circle. Will he have the bases loaded for him again? 3-0 pitch from Gallant. That one missing the zone. Squirting past the catcher Marshall, but not too far behind him. Hegney will remain at third, and Johnson will make his way towards first after the 4-pitch walk. And it will be Tanner Donati digging in yet again with the bases loaded. Last time Donati was in this situation, it was his last time up. He hit a go-ahead grand slam that made a 3-3 game. All of a sudden, a 7-3 Flamingo lead with one swing of the bat. He hit it 388 feet over the right field fence. Looking for more RBIs. First pitch to him, inside for ball one. A nice sliding play made by Marshall behind the dish. Runners will remain where they are. It is a 1-0 count to the lefty Donati. Gallant set, pitching from the stretch. Here is the 1-0. And that one hit well into right field. Did he do it again? He did! Tanner Donati, have yourself a day. 2 grand slams, and the Mingos have broken this one open. Are you kidding me? Tanner Donati, back-to-back grand salamis, 8 RBIs on the game. The Mingos up 13-3. Unbelievable. The Mingos up by 10. The lineup turns over for the Flamingos. It will be Ethan Burkhart pitch hitting for Anthony Quigley. That last hit from Donati, 100 off of his bat, going 369 feet, pretty much in an identical place as his previous grand slam. First pitch to Ethan Burkhart, swung on and missed. We'll start off 0-1 to the FIU Panther. So he will be pitch hitting for Anthony Quigley. He was at short as that pitch is called for strike 2. It'll be an 0-2 count to Burkhart. We'll see if Burkhart plays at short, as a position we have not seen him play this year, as the 0-2 was swung on and missed for strike 3. A 3-pitch strikeout for Caleb Gallant, much needed. We're up to 1 out in the top of the 9th. So I'll bring up the center fielder, Josh Williams, for the Mingos. Williams getting on base via a fielder's choice his last time up. Also has a walk. since the game restarted. First pitch from Gallant missing the zone. It'll be a 1-0 count to the lefty Williams. Brandon Davis, the DH, in the on-deck circle, and Tim Dickinson, the second baseman, in the hole. One out here on the top of the ninth. Mingo's up 13-3. That one way inside, getting past the catcher Marshall, hitting the padding behind home plate, and the count will go to 2-0. Man, it has been an absolute explosion offensively for the Florence Flamingos these past couple innings. The go-ahead grand slam from Donati in the 8th inning, and the Mingo's now up to 6 runs here in the 9th. 2-0 pitch coming to Williams. That one hit into the left center gap. Looks like that might be trouble. The airboat drifting back. It is gone. It will be extra bases for Josh Williams. He will cruise into second base. A 1-out double for the lefty Williams. So another runner in scoring position for Florence. It'll be designated hitter Brandon Davis now digging in. Davis looking to get the all-time party continuing for the Mingos. First pitch to him inside for ball 1. Davis had to maneuver out of the way of the baseball to not get hit. So 1-0 count to the lefty. Control has been a little bit of an issue for the Blowfish pitchers in today's game. 1-0, that one inside, that one will get Davis. And he started to make a couple steps towards the pitcher's mound, but curving towards the Flamingo dugout to remove his protective gear. He will toss it in front of the dugout and make his way towards first. Flamingos have now been hit 3 times since this game restarted in the top of the 5th inning. There will be a new pitcher in for Lexington County. Caleb Gallant making his way towards the Blowfish dugout. We'll get you the new Blowfish arm after this quick break. Mingo's up 13-3 here in the 9th. Gavin Seitz now pitching for Lexington County, coming from Georgia College. He is making his 10th appearance on the CPL season. Through 7 2/3 pitched so far, he has given up 11 runs, 7 of which were earned, and 11 hits. He has 11 walks and 12 strikeouts this season, an ERA of 8.21. His first pitch to Tim Dickinson is missing the zone. We'll start off 1-0. So the Mingos have officially batted around here in the 9th inning, a 6 spot already, as that 1-0 pitch is swung on and missed. It'll be an even 1-1 count to the lefty Dickinson. Runners on second and first for the Mingos, up 13-3. 1 out in the inning, and that one chopped towards the second baseman Connor. He will just go to first for out number 2. It would have been a close play to get the double play. Instead, he will opt to just get 1 out. Runners will advance for the Mingos. So Williams at third and Davis at second, to up to 2 outs here in the top of the 9th inning. So Sam Fisher looking to continue the party for the Mingos, has a couple runners in scoring position. Pitch from Seitz, called strike 1. 84 miles per hour on that first pitch from the righty Seitz. From the windup, the 0-1, that one hit up the middle. That will get through. Williams scoring for 1. Davis being waved around to throw from the center fielder Powell. Not in time. A 2 RBI single for Sam Fisher. The Mingos up 15-3. Mingos have absolutely taken over this ball game. Now 12 runs for the Mingos the past 2 innings. As Malloy Hegney digs in for Florence. To be completely honest with you, as someone that has been calling games for this team all year long, as the first pitch from Seitz is in the zone for strike 1, we have not seen anything like this from the Mingos offensively this entire season. 8 RBIs for Tanner Donati. And I gotta be honest, if he does not win CPL Hitter of the Night, there will certainly be a lot of Flamingos upset in the comment section, as that ball is flown to Ortiz in right field. The catch is made for out number 3, but an 8 spot for the Flamingos, led by another grand slam for Tanner Donati, heading into the bottom of the 9th. Mingos up big. Bottom of the 9th here in Lexington, South Carolina. Flamingos up 15-3 after they have scored 12 runs the past 2 innings. It'll be David Morrissey looking to shut it down here in the bottom of the 9th inning. It will be Marshall, Mueller, and Connor up for Lexington County. Looks like Ethan Burkhart will remain in the game tonight. He is at first. Tim Dickinson at second. That one hit towards third, and the throw from Fisher is in time for out number 1. Burkhart making a nice stretch to secure the out. 1 up, 1 down in the bottom of the 9th inning. Malloy Hegney will remain in the game as well. He is at short. Outside of that, looks like is the same defensive lineup for the Mingos. First pitch to Maddox Mueller, called a strike. David Morrissey has pitched for the Mingos since this game started up again, as that one is hit well into left field. Donati drifting back right before the warning track and will make the grab for out number 2. It was hit well, 95 off of the bat of Mueller. Went 347, but kind of dying in the gap. Enough room for Donati to make the grab just short of the warning track. So Blowfish down to their last out. It will be Micah Connor digging in. A 1-0 count to him. First pitch from Morrissey missing low. 1-0, that one hit towards the shortstop Hegney. Makes a couple of shuffles. The throw is a little high and not in time. So a hustle single for Micah Connor. The throw was a little high from Malloy Hegney. It lifted Ethan Burkhart off of the bag, and he wasn't able to get his foot down before Connor could beat it out. So leadoff man up for Lexington County, McConna Peters. First pitch from Morrissey outside for ball 1. Morrissey has only given up 1 run since entering the game in the 5th inning. As that 1-0 pitch is called for strike 1. Morrissey only with 2 strikeouts. It hasn't been a velocity dominant performance from the lefty, but regardless, he has done an excellent job of inducing weak contact from Blowfish hitters. Looking to do it once more. 2-1 pitch to Peters, hit into center field. Williams is under it, and he will make the grab to end tonight's ball game. So Mingo's able to take game 1 of the doubleheader. An all-time performance from Tanner Donati. 2 grand slams, 8 RBIs on the day. Absolutely incredible. The Mingos take this one 15-3. We'll take a quick break here on Flamingo Radio. Stay with us and hop on the second stream of tonight's game for game 2. It'll be starting about 30 minutes or so from now. About a 7 o'clock or so start as the Mingos look to sweep the doubleheader against Lexington County. As for now, this is Bryan Miller signing off from Flamingo Radio. Mingos winning this one 15-3.